How are you guys doing today? We're going to be going through a bunch of new announcements, some video previews, and other really important information about Black Ops Cold War's Season 2 Reloaded update releasing next week. We're also going to talk some zombies, of course. Could we see old wonder weapons added to the game? And specifically, what are we getting for DLC 2, the Berlin Zombies map? Are we going to get the Thunder Gun in honor of Kino? We'll talk about that in this video. Big shout out to you guys for supporting the channel like crazy every single day. We're now only 250 subs away from 70k, so seriously guys, if you're new, be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video as well. Let's get started here first. Treyarch previewed a bunch of new additions and features coming to Season 2 Reloaded. The first one here, a new gunfight map, Welcome to Cuba. Mansion arrives next week in Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. So a cool little preview here of this map, and they actually preview a new zombies feature coming to zombies next week. Apply any blueprint you own to your weapon in the pause menu. So in game, you can just apply any blueprint you want at any point in time. So pretty sick there. And they also go through a bunch of other changes here, some minor stuff. I'll leave the links to the blog post down below if you want to look at any of these specific changes. It's nothing too important, but they talk about here what we're getting for this update, when we're getting more reveals, and all of that good stuff. Next week's mid-season update will bring new content to multiplayer and zombies, including Miami Strike, the 6v6 multiplayer map, Mansion, which we just looked at for 2v2 and 3v3, Golova multi-team in multiplayer, the massive new nighttime sanatorium region in Outbreak, and much more. So that's not it. We're getting a lot more than that as well, and we'll probably get that revealed next week. There's plenty more coming in our mid-season update, including the return of Prop Hunt with new maps and props added to the rotation. So keep an eye out for the official roadmap and full patch notes early next week. Treyarch gave us some pretty good information today about what we're going to be seeing for next week's mid-season update, but again, we didn't see a roadmap, we didn't get a trailer of any kind, and they're confirming here we will be getting all of that stuff early next week. And they also go on to say here specifically full patch notes coming on Monday, and I'd assume we'd also get the roadmap on that same date as well. So this Monday we're going to be getting a lot of info. Pretty much everything we need to know about Season 2 Reloaded will be revealed this Monday. What's interesting here is that the patch notes usually don't release this early. For Season 2, I went back on Treyarch's Twitter, and they released the full patch notes for Season 2 a day before, only a couple of hours before Season 2 actually released. They had this tweet at 1:27 p.m. Eastern Time, February 24th, and Season 2 released on February 25th. So why are they releasing the patch notes this Monday? That may mean that Season 2 Reloaded isn't releasing on Thursday next week. It's not releasing on April Fool's Day, but it might be releasing earlier on Tuesday, March 30th, which is a lot earlier than we would have expected. And most updates for Call of Duty are on a Thursday, so it is kind of weird. And I'm still thinking maybe it's going to be a Thursday, but they're just releasing the patch notes early. But again, usually these patch notes are right before the update comes out. So for them to release the patch notes on Monday might mean that Monday night or Tuesday night, we're getting this new Season 2 Reloaded update, which is super interesting to see why they're changing the date now to a Tuesday, Wednesday release instead of a normal Thursday release as it's been for the past couple of months. And honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's definitely releasing at some point next week. So if it's a couple days earlier, a couple of days later, it's not going to matter. We're playing it next week. So that's definitely good to know. Let's go through here some zombies stuff. Saw this on Reddit. Super cool. Would love to see these guns in Cold War. These aren't just guns. These are wonder weapons that were staples of Call of Duty Zombies, the Wunderwaffe and the Ray Gun Mark II. So let's start off here first with the Wunderwaffe. Could we see this added to the game and it still makes sense? It's not like you're adding a random wonder weapon to the game and it doesn't relate to anything in zombies. It could actually make sense here because there was a leak early on in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, the pre-alpha, alpha version of the game. Other sources, other leakers were saying that there was a code in the game, codename _ the Giant, and we're all assuming here this is some type of Riese or the Giant remake in Black Ops Cold War Zombies. So we really don't know what the status of that map is. A lot of people are saying that could be a DLC 3, so we'll have to see DLC 3. We gotta get past DLC 2 first, Berlin, and then we'll really start talking about DLC 3 and what we could be seeing with the Giant remake. And would it make sense to have that map in the game? Would it make sense with a storyline and all of that good stuff? There's definitely a lot we could talk about here with an expanded version potentially of Riese or the Giant in the game. But if there was any map in Cold War Zombies that would have the Wunderwaffe as a wonder weapon, it would be that map. Originally, if you guys didn't know, Firebase Z, there were some rumors, some potential leaks about a small portion of Firebase Z being a Shinonuma remake. Obviously, that did not happen, and we were going off of that based on some Shinonuma teasers being found in the campaign of Black Ops Cold War, how that could relate to zombies. Other leaks were saying, if you guys didn't know, I think a lot of you guys remember the mini survival map leaks about small portions of the DLC and main maps in the game releasing. So we were going to get a Nocturne Totem survival map once you completed the Easter egg of the Machina, potentially a Shinonuma, Kino, the Giant as well, all mini survival maps of the main DLC maps, and that looks like it was kind of scrapped as well. But if we did see Shino a part of Firebase Z, Shino was the first Wonderoff map. I mean, that would have been the place to see the Wonderoff, but we didn't see Shino a part of Firebase Z, so the next best place to see it in the game would be in the Riese or the Giant remake. So super cool there. Such an iconic wonder weapon, one of my favorite wonder weapons of all time, based on its power, based on it looks like, it just looks like such a cool wonder weapon. I would love to see this added to the game. I do want Treyarch to focus on making new wonder weapons so they can become classics, and I don't want them to bring back the old same stuff over and over and over again. But the Wonderoff is just an exception, honestly. The Wonderoff is so cool. I talked about this a couple of months ago. If we did see it in the game, maybe they could have a new original wonder weapon on the Riese remake map, and then you could do some side Easter egg quest to actually also get the Wonderoff. So they have the Wonderoff for the OGs, for the people that want to get it, but they also have a new main wonder weapon that's a staple of the map, and it's some new content, and all of the new players and the old players can also enjoy as well. So hopefully they do something like that. The Ray Gun Mark II, such a fun wonder weapon as well. Also a staple of zombies. First introduced in Buried and added to all of the Black Ops 2 zombie maps. We saw it in BO3. We saw it in BO4 with Alpha Omega. I mean, the Ray Gun Mark II, such a sick wonder weapon. Now, you could make the argument that the Ray K in Firebase Z is pretty much like having the Mark II in this game. I don't think it's the same thing. I mean, it's pretty similar. It's a rifle ray gun. They're both rifle ray guns, I guess, but the Mark II is just different. It's so much better in my opinion, and I would love to see it added to the game and added to all of the maps. Just like in the past, you were able to get the ray gun and also able to get the Mark II. In Firebase Z, you can't get either of them, so I guess maybe they don't add it to Firebase Z because they have the Ray K, but the Mark II added to the mystery box on all of the maps. If they have that update at the end of Black Ops Cold War, that'd be really sick to see. For the DLC 2 Berlin Zombies map, the obvious choice here is the Thunder Gun. If Kino has anything to do with this map, if we do see a small portion of Berlin as a Kino remake, a small portion of Kino, the movie theater is added, or the alleyway, you know, the Kino resemblance is there. And even if Kino isn't a part of Berlin, Kino takes place right next to where Berlin is going to be in Cold War Zombies. So Kino is there, you're in the same town, you're around the block, the Thunder Gun is in the area. But would we actually want to see that weapon added to the map? I like the Thunder Gun, super iconic, really fun to use, but it might be a bit overkill to see it added to the game. Maybe they could remake the Thunder Gun, give it 4 different elemental abilities, make it seem different, make it seem cool and unique with all different new features, but still have that same feeling of an OG Thunder Gun. They could do that, but sometimes when you change things that were super popular and they have a reputation of being a certain way back in the day, people don't like them as much. I know a lot of people didn't like the BO4 version of the Wonderoff in the game. I don't know. I mean, sometimes people just don't like to see that stuff return, and I don't want them to ruin the vibe of the Thunder Gun. So maybe, again, that's not a good case. Maybe they could do what I was talking about with the Wonderoff, where the Thunder Gun is available on the Berlin map, but you have to do some type of side quest Easter egg to actually get the Thunder Gun, and the main wonder weapon on the Berlin map is a new wonder weapon with all new abilities, all new look. That would be really cool. I wish they started doing more of that stuff, because it is a way to bring back some nostalgia, bring back some old wonder weapons, some old items, but still have new stuff in the game as the main content. So we'll see what we get there. If there's any map to see the Thunder Gun added to zombies in Cold War, next map, DLC 2 Berlin, is the place to see it. So we'll have to see, you know, if we actually do end up getting it here. Some other comments on that Reddit post, actually pretty interesting. I wonder what the Wonderoff plus tier 5 Deadwire would look like. So that would be absolutely unreal. You can't get the actual Deadwire mod on it, but you do get it from Elemental Pop. So those two together, that's a deadly combination. And imagine if you could have tier 5 Deadwire on on the Wonder Off. That is just unbelievable how much electricity would be emitted from that area. Like, that would be insane. Another comment here. I would pay for a classic Wonder Weapon pack. So would I. You guys know me. I love zombies. I want to see all of these Wonder Weapons return. I want to see all of the cool stuff return to the game. I would love them to do these packs here where it's like, oh, 5 of the best Wonder Weapons in the past added to zombies, or 5 of the best zombie maps in the past added here as separate packs, or, you know, 5 operators, the Victus crew, added as a bundle that you could buy in the game. I mean, I know it costs money, and I probably shouldn't be advocating for this type of stuff, but if it's the decision between adding a classic Wonder Weapon pack to the game that you have to pay for and not adding it at all, and a free Wonder Weapon pack is not an option, I'm taking the option of having to pay for it. If I'm not going to get it whatsoever, at least give me the ability to pay for it. I would rather it be free, but I don't want them to just scrap it and then we'll never see it in the game ever. So if they're thinking about that, just do it, Treyarch. Just bring us all of that good stuff from the past. I would love to see it. But also, again, I have to preface this in every video because people are going to think I only want remakes and old stuff. Definitely focus on new original content. Focus on the new maps, focus on the new storyline, new Wonder Weapons, new characters. But once you finish that, you can go hard on the remakes, bring all of the good stuff back, and I'd be so happy. So that's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a comment down below zombies. If you watched the entire video, it is greatly appreciated. Shout out to the YouTube channel members, as always, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.